guys, this is Master Shambler, CriticalSmash, coming back at you with another video of pickups. We got a whole bunch of thrift stuff we're doing today. About a month's worth of stuff here. Just tons of stuff all around me on the couch, from rare and vintage to new and not so vintage. Got a couple things from Savers, is one store that we have here in the United States. Recently, as we know, we got Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. So I got these plush. I found these in the same bag. Fate be told. Both of these are Tomy plush. They're considered Tomy International plush. Easy to find. Get them at your local Target, GameStop. But these are newer plush. You got the cute Eevee with the eyes closed, and then the Pikachu, happy as can be. Your general fun Pikachu that you got there. And just looking at the tags, you can see that they are a Tomy. They're considered international plush, is what they are. So those are neat, very cute. And then a couple other thrift finds we got. We got a little Mime Jr. here. It's I believe it's called Jack's Pacific. Puts this out. It's like a little pop and play fake plush toy. Normally comes with like a little plastic Pokeball that it pops out of. And that was just like a cute little find with a couple other items. So I was like, sure, I don't have a little Mime Jr., why not? And then we got the McDonald's Disfigure right here. This one actually pops out a little projectile out of the bottom that shoots out. So that's like a cool little action feature it does. Just like, bam! Oh, and it's gone. That's gone. We're never going to see that again. So we got that. And then found one game recently, had kind of a dry spell as far as finding actual video games, but we got the Sonic Ultimate Genesis Collection for the PS3, with a whole compilation of PS3 games. I believe this one only has about, I want to say 30 to 40 games on it. Taking a look inside here. Not as cool as the PS4 one though, which has over 10 more games than that, but this one's pretty neat. Didn't have it. I love owning these compilation collections. A lot easier sometimes than setting up a Genesis, but very cool. It was only like $2, so why not? And then we got bootlegs, ladies and gentlemen. We got a bootleg little Bulbasaur plush toy here. This one is a little Ditto Bulbasaur. And to show you that this is a bootleg, I have the original here. Side by side, they are kind of similar, very similar in size, but the authentic one, a little bit of different coloring on that. And it actually comes with a tag and a little ball chain on top there, which this one does not have. The bootleg just has like a little plastic clip, and some of the stitching's a little rough, but to the untrained eye of a Pokemon collector, you wouldn't even know. Super cute. I'll throw that on a bag, and no one will be none the wiser. And then as far as other cool little plush things, we got a little Leonardo. This is like a teeny tiny tie beanie baby, as you can see there. I do collect like the classic style Ninja Turtle stuff, so got the little Donatello there. So I thought that was neat. I don't usually buy stuff like this on its own, but for like, I don't know, it came with like a couple other plush here. I was like, sure, why not? Such as this Miss PacMan. Huge fan of Miss PacMan. I played a lot of this growing up, my favorite version of it being the Genesis version. Played a lot of that with all its extra options and the turbo and the fun maze options in there. And I had a lot of different Pac-Mans and the Ghosts, but didn't have a Miss Pac-Man, so that was a really cool find as far as being able to get that. So yeah, that is super rad. And then got a little mini plush Yoshi keychain as well. Still got the price tag on there. Originally it was $8.99. Did not pay anywhere near that. This used to be, there it goes. So that was kind of a neat find. Found out just like a bag of other stuff there. Just a little pink plush Yoshi keychain. So that's cool. And then Carnival Prizes. You're going thrift shopping. You're going to find lots of Carnival Prizes. You're going to find all sorts of stuff that was like throw some balls in a hole, throw some rings around some bottles, whatnot. These you cannot buy. So going in a thrift store, there is a huge abundance of these. Usually. This one here, we got Chimchar. And the company that makes a lot of these is Toy Factory, and that's what this particular one is. Really nice finding these in the stores tagged, because people just win them and they just throw them aside, and then they just get donated because it's just like a little prize thing they won that they don't really care about. We here collect Pokemon, so we had to have it. And then we got this Donkey Kong. I don't believe this was a prize of any sort. This was made by Good Stuff, which I believe is a Carnival Prize company. Because it actually is, because it's got the little It's got the little loopy hang thing on here on top, which generally they don't have if they're in stores. So this is probably like a little Carnival prize to win. But nice, like medium-sized Donkey Kong. So that's really cool. That's cool to see. And this was like $1, so I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And then another Carnival prize that I didn't realize was immediately at first was the sweet Bartman. And this is really cool because like Bartman and The Simpsons, for me, is very encompassing of the 90s. As far as like Butterfinger and Butterfinger BBs and Pogs and nostalgia and just watching The Simpsons. And I got a couple other older Simpsons plush. And this one came from Universal Studios. And this one's only about like 2 years old. I think this one's like 2017. Yeah, there it goes. It's got Matt Groening on there. So that was a neat find. It's cool. Throw that on the shelf with all the other Western multimedia releases. Then we got a whole bunch of Michael Bay Ninja Turtles. I'm sure y'all love these. These movies are a very mixed bag for sure. But I managed to find 3 of the 4 turtles. I didn't have these in these design for my Ninja Turtle shelf, so I decided to go ahead and grab them because why not? They don't have the weapons, but they do display really nicely with a bunch of other Turtles figures as just part of the history of the Ninja Turtles themselves. So I just said, yeah, why not? Sure, that's pretty cool. And then we got a little McDonald's Star Mario from one of the recent McDonald's sets that they had. This one does light up, but I tried it and you can barely see the light that comes on. It's supposed to grow in like a rainbow array of colors because it's supposed to represent Star Power Invincible Mario. But the light in there just barely blinks red, so that's pretty dead. But I only managed to grab one of those when these came out. So I got another one just because it's cool. It's like neat clear Mario. And you can't swap the batteries out on that. Now next up we have a little late 90s nostalgic Pikachu little stapler. This doesn't have any of the staples left in it, but this came in a pack of... These either came in a pack of 4 with like a Jigglypuff tape dispenser and like a Bulbasaur pencil sharpener, or these came individually wrapped by Hasbro with the big iconic Pokemon packaging of the era. And I do own one of these, but I found another one with some of the stuff, so I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I can give it away or use it or take it to work. It's just kind of a cute little fat Pika that a lot of people miss. And then one item I got for pure nostalgic reasons was this medieval Spawn figure. I collected Spawn figures back in the day in the late 90s or so. I had a few of them when I was getting into it. I was watching the show, I was playing the Dreamcast game, watching the movies. And I had this figure. Someone either traded it to me or I bought it off someone, I don't remember. It's missing a couple of the accessories, but overall the figure's in good condition. And I just thought it was cool because it's just a pure nostalgic reasons for getting it. I don't really follow Spawn too much anymore, but I thought that was cool. Back to Carnival Prizes, you got a Mario. Just your basic standard Mario. He's by good stuff. He's got a big old tag that takes up half the plush, but I like to leave him on there just because, as you can see there, don't know where it came from, but it's neat. Just a little soft mini Mario. So sure. But let's see, no. Won't show you the really cool thing just yet. One more thing, we got a little Leonardo plush. It is in like the newer style, but it came with some of this other stuff, so I was like, yeah, sure, why not? It's like a little clip plush keychain. I don't know the year as they clipped off the tag, but that's okay. It's got a nice ring keychain there, so it shouldn't get lost in your bag unless it gets yanked and this fabric gets ripped off, but that's okay. That looks cool. This was a reason I bought a bag recently of stuff. It is a Fire Flower plush. This is a UFO catcher item. I recently saw these in movie theaters near us, and I was like, oh, I'll eventually see these in like a thrift store, because where we live in a town where there's a lot of little arcades and a lot of places with like UFO catchers, and we're going to get around one arcade here soon, so I'll be seeing a lot more of this stuff here. The Fire Flower was an absolute must, as I did not have a plush version of this fantastic iconic item. So that is super rad. And then one really neat rare item is this little Squirtle here. This is a mini Pokédoll from the Pokemon Center in New York. This is early 2000s, I believe, this year. Pokemon Center USA 2004 Game Freak. There's 3 versions of this plush. There's this one, which is the mini. There's a regular size, and there's a DX or large version of it. And finding this one is extremely rare, as these weren't around for super long. You had to be in New York generally to get an item like this. They didn't have the Pokemon centers in America like they do now in Seattle, where you can just go to a kiosk and buy like little plush like this. This wasn't something that you could get in like a department store. This was only in like one place. It was in Japan, and then they came to New York, and I just happened to find one in a thrift store, and I was like, oh wow, that's like pretty rare and coveted by a lot of collectors. So very, very neat. And then out of all this stuff here, the last thing I found, actually second to last. No, so I saved this for last. No, we'll do the best for last. Almost last, and definitely least here, one of the least interesting, is this large, obnoxious Dance Dance Revolution Disney Mix. This is a plug-and-play console, and it has like 3 songs on it, and they're done in really bad MIDI format. And it sounds pretty terrible. It has AV cables, and it just plugs into a CRT TV. It does not sound good, but it's got a couple iconic Disney songs on it. You plug it in, you play the 3 songs. You can see the dance pad on there. And honestly, it doesn't sound good. You get really bored of it really fast, since there's only like 3 songs, unless you've got kids that will just continue to play the same ones over and over. So just to pull out the map here. Looks cool. I have this game for PS1, but I found it on here because I'd never seen it as like an actual plug-and-play. It was a little more limited than I thought it would be, but that is okay. It was cool to get. It'll look nice on the shelf, even though I can just tell people it's almost a waste of space, and I totally understand why it was donated. But last, and definitely not least, is this cool 1990, I believe, Leonardo Cookie Jar from International Silver Company, made in Korea, this says. By Mirage Studios, says 1990 on there. Very, very neat. I found this at a Savers thrift store. And yeah, it's a cookie jar, and the head pops off there, and you can see inside of that. When I got it, it had a little bit of dirt on it, just washed right off really easily. It only has like a couple little paint dings on it, not bad at all. It's in pretty good shape for how old it is. You can see like a couple little paint scuffs on the headband there. It's missing like a little bit of paint up top. But not bad at all. Really cool, awesome item. Will look great on the shelf. I mean, I paid like 13 bucks for this, which is more than I usually pay for stuff. And my wife actually talked me into it, so I was like, yeah, sure, why not? That's really awesome. So that's cool. So glad to have that. Awesome to find all these items. But thank you guys for checking out this video. I will definitely be uploading more thrift store finds from all sorts of places in the very near future, as I'm always getting new stuff. I like to save it all and then just kind of share it all in a video for you guys, so you can see all the cool stuff we find in our area. But yeah, guys, if you like the video, be sure to like, comment on what your favorite item here is, and if you like the new video format, we're trying it out. I got a new background here, got my couch. We're filming a different part of the set as opposed to where I usually do it. If you like that, let me know what you think, or anything you'd like us to improve on. I'd absolutely appreciate it. That would be so awesome. But thank you guys. Feel free to thumbs up. Shoot the bell icon if you want to see more videos like this, or if you have any suggestions on anything similar. As we are continuing to get bigger and better, I do appreciate your support. You guys rock. But thanks again. We'll see you soon, and peace.